Luffy blacks out from the trauma. Garp is about to kill Akainu, but Sengoku stops him. If anyone has any questions on if Garp would have killed Akainu or not, the answer is, hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're talking about why Marineford breaks everyone. Stay steady in pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. So where we left off, Luffy was busy getting Jujutsu Kaisen jumped to the point of unconsciousness by just about every single Marine in Marineford. Akainu pulls up and proves that he's capable of clashing with this old, stabbed, fresh off of life support Whitebeard who's just moments away from a heart attack. But here's something to keep in mind. Just because you can clash with a character in One Piece does not automatically mean that you're equal or even relative to that character. Manga spoilers, so skip to this timestamp if you don't want to be spoiled on the stuff that's happened in the most recent chapters of Egghead Island. But this was proven by Luffy clashing with Lucci and then Low Diff destroying him the next chapter. On top of that, the narrative gap in power between the Yonko and the Admirals is seemingly getting bigger and bigger. We just saw Luffy manhandle an Admiral and a Five Elder at the same time, and he's confident that he can clap both of them simultaneously. None of us really thought that was possible before this. Not even to mention Shanks terrifying an Admiral with just his Conqueror's Haki alone from miles and miles away. So I'm not gonna lie, the Yonko have been slapping the Admiral silly so many times that it's starting to get genuinely disrespectful. Whitebeard is very sick. He literally has a straight up heart attack on the battlefield and starts coughing up blood. Akainu uses this opening to blast Whitebeard in the chest with a magma fist. Marco and Jozu panic and let their guards down too, worrying about Whitebeard, and this leads to them getting slapped up by Kizaru and Aokiji. Then tons of Marines use this as an opportunity to shoot Whitebeard with cannons and guns and impale this man with blades multiple times. Whitebeard proceeds to swat them all away like the Chadley Bradley he is. Luffy rejoins the battle thanks to Eva tricking his body into thinking it's recovered. Luffy and Kobe collide once again, only this time the rematch ends even faster than their first fight. Kobe stances up and uses all his training to look as cool as he possibly can, only to be immediately swatted like a fly by Luffy. Boa one-shots a Pacifista and then proceeds to low diff a whole squad of Pacifista. This is objective proof that if Boa really wanted to, she easily could have killed Luffy back at Amazon Lily, because based off of her feats here with the Pacifista, she's literally stronger than Luffy and Luffy's entire crew combined at this point in the story. Luffy's been going through Haki blooms at an accelerated rate ever since the trauma of being separated by his crew. Ace is about to be executed, but Luffy saves him by unconsciously using Conqueror's Haki. And seeing all the top tiers react to this is one of the most satisfying scenes in One Piece, because anyone with Conqueror's Haki has the potential to become a top tier character with training. Conqueror's Haki can be trained and improved, but it cannot be learned, meaning you're either born with it or you're not. Eva says Luffy having Conqueror's Haki explains why people are drawn to him, implying that all Conqueror Haki users either have a natural leadership ability or a magnetic personality. Luffy runs up to the platform to save Ace, but Garp jumps in the way to stop him. Garp pulls a fist back and is about to send Luffy packing, but mid-punch, Garp has a flashback to Ace and Luffy's baby boy memories. He freezes and lets Luffy punch him in the face. In the manga, there's a panel where you see Garp freezes and closes his eyes too. Super sad and hype scene at the same time, and basically Garp is trusting Luffy with the responsibility of saving Ace for him. Sengoku mentions Garp's a family man first, which is something people need to keep in mind. Kizaru blaps Whitebeard in the chest and dodges Whitebeard as well. Sengoku reveals his devil fruit and blaps Luffy while he's trying to save Ace. Luffy blocks it with giant balloon but still takes big damage. Seeing how Sengoku doesn't just instantly one-shot kill Luffy and Ace with this punch, it implies that Sengoku was holding back out of respect for Garp as well. Mr. 3 makes a key for Ace's handcuffs with his devil fruit, and Luffy finally, after 3 straight arcs of non-stop L's, finally gets his first W and frees Ace. This is one of the most beautiful moments in all of One Piece by far, and whenever I rewatch or reread this arc, I usually just stop right here, pretend this is how Marineford ended, then skip to the time time skip chapters. But for you guys, I powered through and kept reading here for the first time in like 10 years, bro. So hey, maybe hit that like button. Luffy and Ace have epic team brother combos and share a lot of wholesome dialogue, and this is actually the first time in their life that Luffy has ever saved Ace. It's usually Ace who saves Luffy. Also, Luffy has now achieved everything he said he would do since looking for Ace. He said he would save Ace, and he legitimately just straight up did. After getting low diffed like 10 times, overcoming death like 10 times, and overcoming impossible odds in a war where nearly everyone is multiple times stronger than he is, he still managed to find a way to save Ace from execution. Ace clashes with Aokiji for a second, then they keep running and are about to step foot on the Whitebeard ship and escape safely. The Whitebeard pirates have legitimately won. As of this very moment, the Whitebeard pirates have won the war. But then Akainu insults Whitebeard. Ace turns around and says, "Alright, let's throw these hands." Akainu literally low diffs him and starts running Ace's fade. Then Akainu goes in for a death blow on Luffy, who was waiting for Ace to finish fighting Akainu. Ace jumps in the way of the attack, and Akainu kills Ace. The dialogue between Ace and Luffy as Ace is dying is just genuinely so sad. I didn't really do much of an analysis on it. I read it and honestly thought like, bro, this just hurts me. I got nothing. I got nothing to say. This is pain. Ace dies with a smile on his face like all the D initials do. Luffy blacks out from the trauma. Garp is about to kill Akainu, but Sengoku stops him. If anyone has any questions on if Garp would have killed Akainu or not, the answer is 100% yes, he would have. An enraged, 100% fresh Garp was definitely capable of killing Akainu here. Garp is pretty much the Marines version of Whitebeard, but healthy. When Garp and Roger were in their primes, they fought each other and nearly killed each other several times. So he was a person who nearly killed a Pirate King level combatant multiple times. He's the only one in the manga who has that statement on him. It's literally the highest narrative praise you could possibly get in One Piece. It's like, just imagine Gold Roger was standing right there and was not sick, never stopped training, and ask yourself, would Gold Roger be able to kill Akainu with his guard down, not expecting an attack from him at all? The answer is obviously. You have to ignore a lot of the story to even try and make an argument that Garp would not be capable of killing him. Whitebeard, keep in mind, was already about to die before Ace died. He was so injured that he thought he was about to die already and was planning on staying on Marineford alone. After Ace dies, Whitebeard goes full Spartan rage on Akainu. Now, we haven't found the One Piece yet, but we have definitely found the most disgusting two-piece combo in the entire series, and it's what Whitebeard does to Akainu here. But it also shows Akainu is super strong and a disgusting tank. Whitebeard bashes him in the face with an earthquake. Akainu withstands that and immediately returns a magma punch and melts half of Whitebeard's head. In this state of near death on top of near death, Whitebeard claps Akainu with an attack so strong that the shockwaves coming off of Akainu's body crumbles most of Marineford. Akainu's hurt so bad that he slumps to the ground and he doesn't fight again for another 3 chapters. It's kind of similar to what's happened in recent chapters too, where Luffy clocked Kizaru and Kizaru was out of commission for a few chapters. This scene completely destroys all arguments of Akainu being stronger than sick Whitebeard, because sick, near-death Whitebeard objectively won this exchange with a fresh 100% Akainu. If he was the same power or stronger than sick Whitebeard, he would have overpowered sick dying Whitebeard, missing half of his head pretty easily. Akainu doesn't fight for 3 chapters, so we don't know if he passed out from the pain for a little bit or not, and then wakes back up, but he does return, and he's still strong enough to easily wipe out Jinbei and Eva very easily. Then he fights all the remaining conscious Whitebeard commanders at the same time. We don't get to see the entire fight in the manga though. Jinbei picks up the traumatized Luffy and is trying to save his life, and Akainu's chasing him down like a mad dog. He punches through Jinbei's chest as well and pours magma onto Luffy. This magma that reaches Luffy is actually what causes Luffy to have the X-shaped scar that he has has during the time skip. Blackbeard shows up with a whole crew of prisoners from level 6 of Impel Down. In pre-time skip One Piece, Blackbeard is basically Aizen. He planned all of this out and started the Marineford War himself. Blackbeard fights Whitebeard. The moment Blackbeard starts losing, he has his crew jump Whitebeard, shooting him and stabbing him. Mind you, these are pirates from level 6 of Impel Down, all potentially with bounties of 550 million or higher, and Whitebeard's still able to take this punishment for a little while. After getting jumped on top of getting jumped, Whitebeard's still standing on his feet and gives one of the most epic speeches in all of anime. My words don't do that scene justice, you're gonna have to just watch that one for yourself, but something worth noting is the speech that Whitebeard gives has a lot of lore that parallels to the Joy Boy prophecy, and as the series is concluding, this speech becomes more and more important. And finally, Whitebeard dies standing on his feet. And standing on business. Blackbeard steals Whitebeard's earthquake powers and is on a massive power high, and now he's setting his sights on sinking Marineford. So the Marines have officially won the Marineford War since Whitebeard and Ace are both dead, but the Marines are full of bloodlust, and now they just want to kill pirates for fun, basically. All the good-hearted Marines think this is messed up. Kobe gives an epic speech saying this is all wrong, and oh, on a side note, even if you guys don't like dub, this is one scene from the One Piece dub where it actually might surpass the sub. I highly recommend you check out Kobe's speech in dub just to hear like the tremendous performance that guy gave. Akainu goes in to kill Kobe as well, you know, just normal Akainu stuff. Shanks stops him and Akainu's immediately sweating bullets. It's hilarious because the Marines that were mega bloodthirsty to kill the rest of the pirates just a second ago, the moment Shanks shows up and he's ready to throw the ones, they're all like, you know what, nah bro, let's just chill out, you know. Like, it's all good bro, we weren't really mad or anything, let's relax, let's chill. They just don't want the Shanks fade, they don't want it. Luffy escapes because Law shows up and rescues him like the great pal he is, and Shanks tells Sengoku to stop the war. Sengoku's like, yeah, you right. And they stop the war. And then the Marineford War ends with the Marines victorious. Insane writing from Oda to have this arc that's been hyped up subtly since Enies Lobby end with the bad guys winning. Well, technically the bad guys. It's honestly insane, but we'll continue with that and a lot more in the next video.